You keep asking God to draw you closer. But what if He's already calling you and you're just too full to move? Sometimes it's not about asking God for more. It's about letting go of what's in the way. Because you can't hold hands with heaven while clinging to the chains of yesterday. Getting closer to God isn't always about doing more. Reading more, praying more, fasting more. Sometimes it's about subtraction. It's about what you're willing to leave behind. And when you do, you create room for His presence to fill every empty space. There's a verse in Hebrews 12:1 that says, "Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us." That verse paints a clear picture. You can't run a race while carrying heavy baggage. God isn't trying to make life harder. He's trying to make you lighter. So let's talk about some of the things you've got to leave behind if you truly want to walk closer with Him. Number 1, leave behind the need for control. You pray for God's will, but secretly, you want it to look exactly like your plan. You ask Him to lead, but you keep grabbing the steering wheel every time the road curves. There's power in surrender, not weakness. When you finally stop trying to control everything, you'll start to see God in everything. That's where peace begins. Remember Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. You can't get closer to someone you don't trust. Let go of control, and watch His direction become clearer than your confusion. Number 2, leave behind the old you. The enemy loves to whisper, "You'll never change." But every time you choose grace over guilt, heaven celebrates. You can't keep identifying yourself by the scars God already healed. That's why 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "If anyone is in Christ, they are a new creation. The old has gone, the new is here." It's time to stop revisiting graves God already called empty. You are not who you used to be, and every time you pick up the old you distance yourself from the new life God is trying to build. If you want to get closer to God, you've got to stop dragging your past into His promises. Number 3, leave behind unforgiveness. This one hurts, but it's real. You can't receive freedom while holding someone else hostage in your heart. Forgiveness isn't saying what they did was okay. It's saying you're done carrying it. Jesus didn't say forgive because they deserve it. He said forgive because you deserve peace. When you let go of bitterness, you make room for blessing. You say you want to hear God more clearly? Then stop letting resentment drown out His whisper. Number 4, leave behind the voices that keep you small. You can't soar while surrounding yourself with people who only see your past. Sometimes God will call you to walk alone for a season, not to punish you, but to protect you while He grows you. If the conversations around you pull you away from purpose, it's time to change the circle. Remember, Peter couldn't walk on water until he stepped out of the boat. You can't stay comfortable and expect to see the supernatural. Number 5, leave behind the fear of the unknown. You want God to show you the full map, but He often gives you one step at a time. That's faith, moving forward without seeing the finish line, because you trust the one who does. Fear says, "What if it doesn't work?" Faith says, "What if it does?" Because God said so. When you stop fearing the unknown, you start experiencing the unshakable. There comes a point when you realize you've been praying for breakthrough, but living like you expect the walls to stay. You've been worshiping while still chained to what God already told you to leave. And when you finally let it go, the fear, the control, the bitterness, you feel something shift. It's like the air gets clearer. You start hearing God again. Not because He was silent, but because you finally stopped letting noise live rent-free in your heart. So ask yourself, what's God been asking you to drop lately? Is it that old relationship you keep running back to? That addiction to approval? That secret sin you keep excusing? Whatever it is, it's not worth the distance it creates between you and Him. Sometimes the next level of your faith isn't about climbing higher, it's about laying something down. If you're serious about getting closer to God, start by asking, "Lord, what do you want me to release?" Then be ready, because when you let go of what's been holding you, you'll finally have space for what's been waiting for you. You're not stuck. You're just one surrender away from a deeper encounter. So take a moment, reflect, pray, and let Him show you what needs to go. And if this message stirred something in your spirit, don't leave it here. Like and share it.
Also follow us and keep walking this faith journey, because God's not finished with you. He's just getting started.